And I just want to say, Dr. Lewis is not here, although she's an opponent. My mama raised me, right is right and wrong is wrong, and let's be fair about this. As right, she's not here to defend herself. As a candidate, in regards to this committee, it was stated that you could not get the recommendation of the committee if you had intentions of running, not if you received the intern position. If you had intentions of running. So we're pointing at Dr. Lewis, but let's call it what it is. There are other people in this race who are running, who received the recommendation from that committee, and they still bring it. Now, we can do gamemanship and we can change the wordplay. I spoke to the committee, I spoke to the residents as far as clarification on this, and it's not fair that we're attacking Dr. Lewis for this action when there's another person in this race who did the exact same thing.
I'm not asking to attack or defend Dr. Lewis. What I'm saying is that when we meet with you and you give us your word on something new, I'm not talking about Dr. Lewis. How can we be assured that you're going to keep the word that you've given us? And I want to make that clear. I'm not talking about Dr. Lewis. I'm talking about each one of you as a candidate for this district. When we meet with you and you give us your word on something, how can we be assured that you're going to represent us in integrity and with morality, that you're not going to switch out or change on us somewhere?
Okay.
I'm moderating this. So what we want to do at this point is there is a comment to make in addition to, you've already made your comment. Thank you, Mr. DeVos. You've already made your comment.
No problem.
If there's a comment to make, Ms. Adams, and then if you like, Ms. Hanson, you can make a comment too, just to make it fair across the board. Go ahead, Ms. Adams.
I believe the other person that we're talking about is me. And so I'm always direct and right to the point. And I did put my name in to be considered as I applied to be the interim commissioner. And I said to the committee on my interview that if I were selected to be the interim commissioner, I would not run for the seat. When I was interviewed publicly by the commission, and the mayor and the commissioners, there was a question asked by the mayor. If you got the interim seat, if you really liked the job, if the constituents really wanted you to stay in the seat, would you run for the seat? And my answer before the mayor, the commission, and the public there was no. I would not run for the seat. I was not selected. I am running for the seat. The reason that I felt so strongly about the person not running for the seat is that I believe it should be an open process. I believe that when we select our commissioner, we should be able to vote for the person that we choose. That downtown should not pick the commissioner, put the commissioner in a seat, and then that person has an advantage to run as an incumbent. This is the first time in 19 or 20 years that this community has had an opportunity to weigh in on selecting a mayor and a commissioner. And I believe that everybody should have the opportunity to vote for the person that they want in this race. And I encourage, as I go along the campaign trail, everybody to come out and vote. I think it's a disgrace that we only get 10 to 12% of the people, and of 27,000 registered voters in our district coming out to vote. So I encourage everybody to please come out and vote for the person that you think has the experience and is going to do the job for you. And to answer your question, Dr. Osgood, I have worked in this community since 1993, 94. And anytime I have ever made my agreement with anyone, I have kept my word. Thank you.
I think I made it clear about how I felt. I stepped to the table when it first happened. I was the one to go and say to the commission, to the mayor, as well as to the community, you cannot, when it comes to our community, do anything you want to when you feel like it. There are laws that we have to live by, and they should apply. This is the only time I've seen in history where somebody who was a sitting incumbent gets the vote for the person who sits in the seat. That's just from America. And it was a violation of the ordinance that clearly says that the seat must be vacant. And vacant means that you ought to be gone. So those people who applied for that position should not be in the race. Meaning that Ms. Adams shouldn't be standing here today, nor should Dr. Lewis. We all took the encouragement of those who were in the community. We took their word for it. We did not go and apply for that seat. And we waited until the process. But I made it clear so you know that if something got to go down, I'm going to stand and say, if it ain't